You know, I think it was a surprise.
Jenna Bush Hager believes Queen Elizabeth's death was a surprise to the royal family. On Monday, the 40-year-old talked to her Today Show co-host about her dinner with the now King Charles III last Wednesday, one day before he would ascend to the British throne.
But I did get to have dinner with Prince Charles on the last night he would be prince.
What was the atmosphere like there?
It was a lovely meal. I mean, he first said, my darling wife is so sad. And I said to Henry, who was there, I said, will you call me your darling wife from now on? He said, she can't wait to sit down with you tomorrow.
She then went on to explain why she believes Queen Elizabeth's death came as a surprise to King Charles.
I think it was a surprise. I mean, we had a wonderful evening filled with conversation. It felt joyful. It felt, and so I think this was sort of a surprise.
That's kind of interesting that you say that, because since Prince Charles was there, the idea that it may just be hours before the Queen passed, I would imagine they didn't have any even inkling that might have been happening.
No.
The television host was in Scotland to interview the now Queen consort Camilla, which she explained had been a year in the making. Thursday morning, her team was setting up for the sit-down interview when she got word from Camilla and Charles's teams that it would have to be postponed.
You know, we heard noises. We said they came in and said, can you please be quiet? There's a call. And you're right, but we were right by then Prince Charles, now King Charles III's office. He said, he's on a call. Can you please be quiet? And then all of a sudden we heard a helicopter, which they don't take lightly, go off. And they came in and they said, your interview, which up until then, we knew they were excited about, has been postponed. They have just left for Balmoral.
And that's all the information they gave you at the time.
They said the Queen is ill. And they have gone and rushed off to be with her. And, we just said, our hearts are with them. Yeah. It was a disappointment because I can't wait to talk books with her. I hope I still will get to, but,
Following Queen Elizabeth's death, King Charles released a statement saying, quote, "The death of my beloved mother, Her Majesty the Queen, is a moment of great sadness for me and all members of my family. We mourn profoundly the passing of a cherished sovereign and a much-loved mother. I know her loss will be deeply felt throughout the country, the realms, and the Commonwealth, and by countless people around the world. During this time of mourning and change, my family and I will be comforted and sustained by our knowledge of the respect and deep affection in which the Queen was so widely held." In the wake of Queen Elizabeth's death on Thursday, the line of succession at the House of Windsor has changed. Access Hollywood spoke with DailyMail.com's Charlie Langston last week, and she broke down the new succession process.
As soon as the Queen passed away, Charles, as the official successor, became the king. Now, it was revealed not too long after her death that he will not change his name. That is an option that new monarchs have. However, Charles will keep his name and he will be King Charles III. As soon as the Queen passed away, he became the king. Now, obviously, there will need to be an official coronation, but that will not happen for several months to come because the key priority right now is honoring and celebrating the legacy of Her Majesty, and no one wants to jump the gun with the coronation proceedings before that is allowed to take place. And it's obviously an incredibly difficult time for Charles right now because, yes, he is now the king and he has ascended officially to the throne, but he is also a son who is mourning his mother, and that must be an unbelievably difficult set of emotions to balance. The reason that everyone was gathered was quite simply so that they could pay their respects and say goodbye to the matriarch of their family. Yes, we are used to seeing the royal family as the monarchy, as quote-unquote the firm, but in the hours leading up to the Queen's death, they were first and foremost a family. And what we saw today with all of the members of her immediate family arriving in Scotland was a grandchild, a son, a daughter arriving in order to be by the Queen's side as she passed away. So Prince Charles is now King Charles III. His wife Camilla is the Queen consort. Prince William remains Prince William. However, he is now the official successor to the throne. And should Prince Charles pass away, should Prince Charles abdicate, which we do not think is something that will happen, Prince William will become King William.